Hectic.
Oh man, now the summertime is definitely when we all decide to head out to the pool or the beach just to cool down and relax, you guys. But sadly, a lot of young people end up dying from swimming accidents. But do not despair, because today we are joined with Tanya, who will be breaking down some basic swimming tips and as well as some safety tips for all of you at home to, know about. So Tanya, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. So let's start off, with the non-swimmers. Lots of kids, they can't swim, but they would like to experience, the water or the beach or the pool. But what would you say is a safe distance to be in the water if you can't swim at all?
Okay, a safe distance to be in the water when you can't swim.
Yeah.
I would say there is no real safe distance. It depends on your capability at the end of the day. If you're going to the beach, the first place I would recommend you to do is to swim always between the flags that the lifeguards put out, because then that section has been safeguarded by the lifeguards. If you're going to a pool, there's always lifeguards around the pool that will make sure. But if you can't swim in deep water, then stay in the shallow water. Go splash around the shallow water. If you're at the beach, you always start in shallow water, but it's the currents that actually pull you out. So if you're not, stay safe and rather stay where you can stand and you can help yourself at the end of the day.
Okay, now speaking of currents, let's speak about what to do if you find yourself in a situation where a wave just knocks you over and you end up, finding yourself all frantic and you don't know what to do. What do you do in that instance?
Okay, if you get knocked over by a wave, what I would recommend you do, waves move, they don't stand still.
Yeah.
So let them move away and you just relax your body and then wait till the wave passes you and then you actually stand up and find your feet if you're in shallow water. But if there had to be like a current that pulls you, then I would say go with the current. Don't try and swim against it, because if you're not a strong swimmer, you're going to get more tired and then you're going to put yourself at more risk. Where if you go with the current is going to pull yourself out to a certain section, and that will happen. You can then swim across it and try and get out.
Okay, so now you mentioned, strong swimmers versus swimmers that aren't that strong. How do you gauge your swimming ability? Because there's so many people that actually overestimate how well they can swim. How do you gauge that?
Okay, well, you know what? No swimmer, no matter how good a swimmer you are, you can never say that you are safe in the water.
Yeah.
So I would recommend you rather be safe, okay? If you are really brave and you want to go jump off cliffs and stuff like that, you know what? You don't know what's under that water.
I'm not about that life.
So if you're going to the beach and stuff like that, always try and stay where it's safe, because the currents do change. They're never the same at the beach.
Yeah.
If you're at the pool, stay away from the deep side if you can't swim at the end of the day. And, you can be the best of swimmer. You can be a Chad Leclerc, you can be a Rate Neetling for all the you can be a Nat of the Toy. Anything can happen to them as well. So at the end of the day, always just make sure you know where your safety points are within that area that you are going to.
Okay, cool. So if you could summarize it to maybe 5 tips that you could give to all of our viewers who are watching and who need tips for, swimming in general, whether they're going to be in a dam, a pool or the sea, what would you say are like the few 5 tips that you always need to remember when you're going to be out in the water?
Never swim alone.
Okay, cool.
Okay, always make sure you know where your safety points are. Most important thing, sunscreen. We all go to the pool because we want to get a lovely tan on, but then what happens, you get sunstroke and stuff and you go home and you're sick after that day.
Yeah.
So dehydration, if you can't swim, make sure take your floating devices with, and no matter how old or young you are, pensioners, old people, beach pool, take your floating devices with you. Noodles, armbands, keep yourself safe, and always have a buddy system. And you know what, the funniest part I would say, moms, the most important thing, we lose kids on the beaches.
Yeah.
The brighter the better the costume. If you don't know where your child is, put a balloon on them, because you'll see the balloon and not see your child.
Yeah.
And if they're missing, always go to the safety point. Your lifeguards, that's on the pool deck.
Okay, and there you have it, you guys. Be sure to be safe while you're having fun, because the holidays are coming up and we all want to be, around the sea and in the water to cool down, you guys.
Hectic.